Okay.
Okay, hello, I'm Outi from the new Ashgate Gallery, and I am here today with the sculptor David Mayne. And we've been working on a really exciting project for Farnham, a new sculpture that will be installed this autumn in October time. And yes, I'm very lucky to have David here with me today, and David is going to tell you about the new piece, and it is titled The Farnham Sculpture.
Okay, hello there. Welcome to my slightly untidy workshop, but it is an artist workshop, so you'll have to bear with me if there's a lot going on in the background. Just a few words about the sculptures. There are two sculptures we're making for Farnham. There's a steel oak tree, and there's a bronze, which is another sort of metal, a bronze acorn. And they relate to Farnham in a way, because Farnham used to be surrounded by a lot of oak forests. The two sculptures are going to be on two columns of oak, of the actual wood, the oak from the oak tree. So we want these sculptures to have something to do with Farnham. The idea of getting you guys involved is that we actually want sort of ideas that might be able to be included on our sculpture, because on the side of the oak column, we can actually carve drawings and designs. So if you could imagine doing a drawing, we can then transfer that into a carved line or a carving. So we're trying to get you to think about various things that could go on this column. And I'm going to go back to Outi to remind me of the various things that we're wanting to go on here, because I forgot to write it down in front of me.
That's okay. So we have 4 topics, and you can choose any one of these. So we have Farnham Heroes, we have Oak Tree, Acorn and Leaf. We have craft tools and techniques, and we are mentioning craft here because you may know that Farnham is the England's craft town, and we are also a world craft city. So the whole project is celebrating crafts in Farnham. And then the 4th topic is not actually a picture. It could be any date that is important to Farnham. So really, there are 2 kind of key themes: the crafts and materials in Farnham, and then Farnham heroes and important dates. So those are the topics, and I have already had a few questions whether people could be throwing princesses and princes and knights. So unless they link to Farnham, unfortunately, those will be disqualified. So these are our topics, and we also have some exciting prizes. So David, I don't know if you want to mention anything about those.
Yeah, sure. So I think I was saying that we want to keep reasonably closely to the idea of the topics, and in terms of the heroes and the local heroes, perhaps that's something to do with now and in this present time, rather than sort of making things up from ages ago. The drawings that you produce can be so simple. If you saw my notebook of drawings, you'd be amazed how very simple they are. It can be something, a very simple line drawing. If there's writing you want to put on it to describe the drawing, by all means do that. And what I'm hoping to do is pick from the various designs you make what I think will work really well as a little sculpture. And so I'll then make your little sculpture in metal. So I'll make a couple of those for 2 different age groups, and they'll be cut out of metal. So I'll just show you some examples of sculpture that I make using cut out metal. So bear with me. So that's one that's just going out at the moment. So this is cut out in steel, and it's mounted on a wooden base. And this is the sort of thing that I might do similar to how you do your design. So your design doesn't have to be really complicated. It can be just an outline. You can colour in all the outline, just one colour. So it's, if you know what the word silhouette means, it's just all one thing, like almost like a shadow. That's what a silhouette is. And I can work directly from that. You don't have to colour to make it really fancy with lots and lots of different colours, because the sculpture I make will only be one colour. It would be maybe a brown colour or a silver colour or something like that. So I'll just pass some other examples up. So that's another example of something that's cut out. It kind of looks a little bit 3D, but when I show it from the side, you'll see it's just flat metal that's been cut out. So this is just a design again, very, very simple. And this is what we're after, something very, very simple. So that it just shows, you know, back here, we can see sort of two different people. I mean, these are holding baskets because it's to do with apples and an apple tree. It might be that you did a sculpture of an oak tree with little acorns on it. It might be that you did someone standing beneath it. Although don't all do that, because you need to think of your own idea as well.
Great. So yeah, there will be 2 lucky winners, one in the category up to 8 years, and then there's a second category, 9 to 14. And David is the judge, so he will be selecting those 2 winners. And the deadline for all the proposals is 1st of August. So you can either email or post your A4 drawing to David. So David, do you want to remind everyone about the email address and postal address?
Okay, if you're going to email me, it is dpmayne@gmail.com. So that's dpmayne@gmail.com. And the postal address is Sculpture Lounge, and that's Bank Lane, Home Bridge, which is HOLMBRIDGE. That's Holmfirth, HOLMFIRTH. Postcode is HD9 2NH. And if you have any problems with trying to get in touch, you can always message me through my website as well. If you Google David Mayne Sculptor, my website would come up, and there's a contact me page on that, so you can always get in touch that way, so the messages come through that way. So try and bear in mind the designs, really nice and simple. Don't worry about having to do lots of colouring in. It's not a painting competition. We want something really simple, and you can cut out words. I'll just show you something. This is not to do with our project, but it's to do with another project. So can you see I've just cut out words? So cut out words in metal. I can do this so it might say Farnham cut out, or it might say hero or oak or something like that. But it is possible to cut things out. So get your thinking caps on, and please try and join us in the competition.
Great. So we're all really looking forward to your drawings. And if you wanted your drawing back, you can come and collect them from the new Ashgate Gallery in October. So David will be returning all the proposals. And please don't forget to include your name and your contact details in the back of the drawing. So yes, hopefully you have lots of fun in creating your drawings, drawing a sculpture to David. And yeah, please do send us some. We're looking forward to receiving those.
Yeah, very much. Good luck. Okay.
Okay, good luck. Bye-bye.